Hi there, this is Engage in New York, Module 4, Lesson 21. Read the objective while I read it as well. So our learning outcome, our objective of this lesson is I can explain the size of the product and relate fraction and decimal equivalents to multiplying a fraction by 1. Now that 1 is going to look at differently in different situations. And how does that change the scale of the fraction or the decimal? All right, but before we begin, we're going to start with a sprint. So get out your lesson 21, your sprint. All right, you have 1 minute to complete as many multiplications, decimal and fraction, as you can in 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. Are you ready? Go. All right, let's check our work together. How far did you get? All right, here we go. 6, 0.6, 0.06, 9, 0.9, 0.09, 8, 0.8, 0.08, 15, 1.5, 0.15, 14, 1.4, 0.14, 12, 1.2, 1.2, 0.12, 0.12, 0.012, and 12. Back up. 1.2, 0.12, 0.012, 0.012, 35, 3.5, 0.35. All right, now we're going to turn the page and do side B. Are you ready? How many are you going to try to improve by? 1, 2, 5. That's up to you. Okay, are you ready? Ready, go. All right, let's check our work. 8, 0.8, 0.08, 6, 0.6, 0.06, 9, 0.9, 0.09, 12, 1.2, 0.12, 18, 1.8, 0.18, 15, 1.5, 1.5, 0.15, 0.015, 3 numbers behind the decimal altogether, 3 numbers behind the decimal. 0.015, 16, 1.6, 0.16, 0.016, 0.016, 45, 45, 4.5, 0.45, 0.045, 0.045, 12, 1.4, 24, 0.27, 32, 4.2. Remember, part of your homework is to go back and finish those few that you didn't finish on the sprint. I got a little bit faster that time. Okay, now we're moving back to our fluency. You are going to use your unit conversion. So this is a review, a fluency activity that reviews lesson 20, right? We're on lesson 21. This reviews lesson 20, just to keep it in your mind. So go ahead. I want you to do your best. And I want you to be able to solve what is 2 1/3 yards into feet. So remember, this time we're going, let's make sure to go, there are 3 feet. There are 3 feet in 1 yard. So what are we doing? We're going yards to feet. Remember how we were using that strategy in order to keep us going in the right direction, knowing how to rename that unit, right? Okay, go ahead and start. Come back, check your work. Okay, so let's go and check and see how you did. So again, each time I use that same strategy so that I kept my head straight and I kept my unit straight so that I knew how to rename my unit. All right, so 2 1/3 yards is the same as 2 1/3 yards, 2 1/3 times 1 yard. And I know I'm replacing my yards with my feet, right? So 2 1/3 times 3 feet, I cross cancel, I get 7 feet. Then here, 2 1/4 gallon is the same as 2 1/4 times 1 gallon. And I know I'm going from gallons to quarts. So I'm going to replace my gallon, my 1 gallon with my quarts, right? So 2 1/4 times 4 quarts, I create my improper fraction. I can cross cancel. I end up with 9 quarts. Then 2 3/4 feet is the same as 2 3/4 times 1 foot. And I came up here 12 inches to 1 foot. Remember, smaller unit to bigger unit, but we're going this time bigger unit to smaller unit, right? So 2 3/4 times 12 inches. I renamed my units here. So I created an improper fraction. 11/4 times 12 inches. I'm able to cross cancel and end up with 33 inches. Then I have 7.5 pints is equal to how many cups? Well, I know there are 2 cups in 1 pint. I'm going from, here's 2 cups as the smaller unit to the larger unit, but now I need to convert the larger unit to the smaller unit, right? So 7.5 pints is the same as 7.5 times 1 pint. 7.5 times 2 cups. I just renamed that pint into cups. So I have changed this into an improper fraction, multiply by 2, and cross cancel, and I end up with 15 cups. All right, how'd you do? Hopefully you did really well, because yes, the end of the module test has problems exactly like this on it. So you want to get that down. All right, the last part of our fluency here is an application problem. And our application problem is, can you guess? It's probably related to what we just did. All right, Carol had 3/4 yard of ribbon. So 3/4 of a yard of ribbon. So does she have a full yard? No, she only has 3/4 of a yard of ribbon. She wanted to use it to decorate 2 picture frames. If she uses half the ribbon on each frame, how many feet of ribbon? Okay, we just changed to feet, didn't we? How many feet of ribbon will she use for the frames? Use a tape diagram if you need it. All right. I want you to try this. If you skip ahead and you just look for how to solve it and you don't try to actually solve it by yourself first, you're not going to be prepared to take the test. You're not going to know how to jump into a word problem and solve. You just never know when, like, you might actually be crafting and need to solve something like this. So please, please, please solve first, come back and check your work. All right. Did you know to start off with step 1, you needed to find out what 1/2 of 3/4 was? So 1/2 of 3/4 of a yard is 3/8 of a yard. Then I came over here and I had to convert my yards into my feet, right? So 3/8 of a yard is equal to how many feet? I came up here, wrote down what I know, and I said 3/8 of a yard is equal to 3/8 times 1 yard. Now I'm going to rename my units. 3/8 times 3 feet is 9/8, so 1 and 1/8 feet. So is this the answer? That's the answer. She will use 1 and 1/8 feet of ribbon for one frame. And I did notice that I forgot the word 1 up here. So hopefully you did well. You're feeling better, stronger, and you're getting faster at these problems. We're now moving on to scaling. We're going to start scaling with our lesson. So meet me back here for the concept development.